Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello there, elementaries. I'm Ken Carroll.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
And we are Chinese Pod, and we're coming from Shanghai, China. And today we're talking about...
We are talking about littering.
Littering.
Or do not litter.
Okay, littering. I'm sure you do not litter, Jenny.
I might have done it once or twice in my life, but now I know better and I don't.
Oh, good. At least you're honest, Jenny.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you say this word, garbage or litter, in Chinese?
乱扔垃圾乱扔垃圾
Okay, now that's a little bit complicated, so let's take a look at it. First of all, so the word garbage is
垃圾垃圾
and the verb to throw away something.
扔扔
Okay,
and 乱 means messy or chaotic.
in a chaotic fashion.
Yes, 乱扔
Right. Now, all of this stuff is really useful, and all of these words can be combined in very useful
Versatile
ways. Right. So what we'll do is we'll listen 3 times, and then we'll come back and we'll go into it in a lot more detail.
好对话第一遍
真好吃，
你怎么乱扔垃圾？
有什么关系？清洁工会扫的，
怎么能这样？
大家都这样。
这样不对。
第二遍
真好吃，
你怎么乱扔垃圾？
有什么关系？清洁工会扫的，
怎么能这样？
大家都这样。
这样不对。
第三遍
真好吃，
你怎么乱扔垃圾？
有什么关系？清洁工会扫的，
怎么能这样？
大家都这样。
这样不对。
All right, let's do the translation then.
好真好吃
This tastes good.
真好吃
Wow, this tastes pretty good.
真好吃你怎么乱扔垃圾
How can you litter like that?
你怎么乱扔垃圾
How can you litter like that?
你怎么乱扔垃圾有什么关系清洁工会扫的
What does it matter? The street cleaners will just sweep it up.
有什么关系清洁工会扫的
What difference does it make? The street cleaners will just clean it up.
有什么关系清洁工会扫的怎么能这样
How can you behave like that?
怎么能这样
How can you be like that?
怎么能这样大家都这样
Well, everybody does it.
大家都这样
Everybody does that.
大家都这样这样不对
That's not right, though.
这样不对
That's not good.
这样不对
Yes.
The moral imperative 这样不对
Indeed. Everybody agrees here, at the risk of sounding preachy, which we try not to do here. But everybody agrees here that,
You should not litter
littering ain't good. And so here's the language that helps you to describe that process and perhaps admonish someone who is doing that.
Yeah
Anyway, let's take it from the top and look at a little bit more detail.
好真好吃真好吃
Now, this is fairly straightforward.
Yes
As in, 真好吃, as in, it's
Tastes
great.
really good
Yeah. 真的, right? This,
Yes
it's really...
Which in here is a prelude to littering
Indeed. So somebody's walking on the street. Here's the story. Somebody's walking, 2 people probably walking on the street. Somebody's just bought something. Could be anything. Unwrapping it and tossing the stuff
Yes
to the ground. All right. Now, your friend is more keenly aware of the environmental issues involved, and
Yes.
so the reaction comes.
你怎么乱扔垃圾？你怎么乱扔垃圾？
So it's like, how can you just throw stuff away? Like, how can you just
Yes.
throw garbage around like that? Now, let's look at it again. So the word for garbage is
垃圾，垃圾。
two first tones.
That's right.
These particular characters don't occur anywhere else, really. I think.
Not really. Very, very rarely.
Very
They
rarely.
always appear together.
Okay. So a mnemonic I'm looking for, I don't know, Laji, it's just two first tones there. I'm trying to think of one. But anyway, now, but the other, the rest of the sentence is interesting. Now, there's a verb that comes immediately before, and it is
乱扔，乱扔。
A lot of students of Chinese Pod tell us while they love to speak and listen to Mandarin, they are a bit intimidated to learn how to read and write in it because of the complexity of Chinese characters. That's why we created the 66 Characters series. Try it and see for yourself.
now, tell us about this.
乱扔 means to toss away or to throw away things randomly.
Randomly.
Quite messy.
Okay. Yeah. So the verb 扔掉 would be similar.
扔掉 means to throw away, but not as messy or
Okay.
Lack of consideration.
Okay, good. Yeah. So 扔掉 means essentially to dispose of something,
Yes.
to get rid
It's
of
more
it.
neutral.
More neutral. It means to get rid of something.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, that could involve the physical act of throwing,
Yes,
or it might just mean to get rid of it, as in to,
exactly.
dispose of it. All right. But this other adjective, this,
乱扔，乱扔
so 乱 as fourth tone meaning
messy or chaotic.
chaos.
Yes.
Yes.
And 乱扔 describes not only littering, but you can 乱扔 anything.
Anything. So it just means
Like
basically.
a teenager who throws around his bags,
Yes.
clothes,
Yes.
socks,
Yes.
books, 乱扔.
So it just suggests this sort of carelessness as well, just
Yes.
throwing stuff anywhere.
Exactly.
So obviously here the point is that you're just throwing the garbage on the street without any consideration.
Consideration.
For it. Yeah. Okay, so let's listen to that. It's a great sentence. Let's listen to it again, please.
你怎么乱扔垃圾？你怎么乱扔垃圾？
Okay, so you have 扔垃圾, 3 first tones there.
Yes.
There you go. Now your insouciant friend replies.
有什么关系？清洁工会扫的。
有什么关系? Well, so what? What difference does it make? Who
Yes.
cares? You know?
Yeah.
What's the problem here? The street cleaners. Now, this is an interesting and simple construction, but let's look at it.
清洁工，清洁工。
Now, first, second, and first again, right?
That's right.
Could you tell us the 3 elements there, please, Jenny?
Let's try the backline build
Okay,
up.
yes.
The last character 工
Yes.
means an employee,
Employee,
a worker.
Yes.
And 清洁 means clean or hygienic.
Hygienic. Is it a
Yes.
verb or an adjective?
It's a noun and an adjective.
A noun and an adjective. Okay. So the people who clean the streets, the street cleaners are the
清洁工
all right. Now, and there's an interesting, the verb to sweep here is
扫，扫
third tone.
Yes,
扫地, right? As in to
to sweep the floor.
floor, right?
扫
扫. Now, the street cleaners, they will. The verb here is
会扫的，会扫的，
they will sweep. Yeah. 他们会
会
扫。
扫的。
Now, why do you need the "the" at the end here, this particle?
会 and the used together indicates certainty.
An element of certainty.
Yes.
Yes.
会扫的。
Yeah, so the nuance here is like, these guys for sure will clean it up.
Yes.
What's your issue here? You know, I'm just throwing it on the floor. These guys will clean it up. If you didn't have the "the" at the end there, it would be less emphatic, wouldn't it?
Yes, less emphatic and less sure.
Ah, okay. So there you go. So, it's like, so let's go through it again. So basically it's kind of like this. It's like, what difference does it make? These guys are going to clean it up anyway. That's
有
basically. Sorry,
yes.
go ahead.
有什么关系？清洁工会扫的。
Yeah. Now, of course, what kind of attitude is that?
怎么能这样？怎么能这样？
So I think we've that's fairly straightforward. So how can it be like that? How can you be like that?
Yes, but I noticed in English you use the word that a lot, whereas
Yeah.
in Chinese we use 这样,
Yes.
this,
Yes.
more.
Literally, it means this as opposed to that, but you use it much
Yeah.
more often.
Yes.
Yeah. So literally, you're saying, how can you be like this? Whereas in English, you're more likely to say, how can you be like that?
Yeah.
But anyway, just remember it for, in that context, when you're not really clear why somebody's doing something, you can just say,
怎么能这样?
yeah.
怎么能这样?
Now, of course, the weakest answer of all, lazy person's answer is,
大家都这样. 大家都这样.
yes.
Everybody does it.
Yeah. Lame excuse.
Yes. A weak individual.
Indeed.
Unlike his friend who says 这样不对.
Look at that.
这样不对.
Yes.
Have to stand up for
You have to
something.
stand up for something. That's just not right. 这样不对. That's just not right. So one is weak, and the other is slightly preachy.
Upright.
Yeah.
Have you
Upright.
ever had this conversation before?
Frankly, no.
I've had it with my dad.
Really?
And I'm the preachy one.
You're the preachy one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I've converted him
Have you?
successfully. Yes.
Well done.
So it really works.
I'm really impressed. I'm so impressed. I think we should listen to that 3 more times and we can emulate you.
Me too. 对话第一遍.
真好吃。
你怎么乱扔垃圾？
有什么关系？清洁工会扫的。
怎么能这样？
大家都这样。
这样不对。
第二遍.
真好吃。
你怎么乱扔垃圾？
有什么关系？清洁工会扫的。
怎么能这样？
大家都这样。
这样不对。
第三遍.
真好吃。
你怎么乱扔垃圾？
有什么关系？清洁工会扫的。
怎么能这样？
大家都这样。
这样不对。
Okay, so there you have it. Litter and garbage and throwing it away and how to
Debate
chide.
about it.
Indeed. So now what I do suggest, of course, is you go to ChinesePod.com, is you can explore all of this in a lot more detail. Language is always like this, that, you learn these little parts of it, but what you need to learn is where they connect.
Yeah.
Where they connect to other pieces of language and how you can look at the patterns, see the patterns, and use them then to actually build up language and converse.
Yes.
Now, we are just about out of time.
Yes.
Are we not?
We are.
So what do we need to say?
再见.
再见.
As much as we love to talk about ourselves,
Chinese Pod.
Chinese Pod.
Chinese Pod. Chinese Pod.
we'd rather hear what you have to say.
A lot of my learning has come from the community of users that have been built around Chinese Pod.
It's Mandarin on your terms. Chinese Pod.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number 0773. So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0773 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0773.